If you're preparing for a planning meeting, it helps to have an outline plan, thinking about some of the things that you want to take up at that meeting, some of the issues, I guess, or priorities that you want to address. And then also having some strategies that you might be able to introduce to help solve some of these challenges. It also helps to talk about it with someone else and think about how these strategies fit into the bigger picture or the vision. It's also great to go with someone else. So that way you can both be there and debrief afterwards and think about what was said and so forth. So one example of that, I guess, is I can remember that it's not always easy to set the time that fits in with you because schools are very busy places, and there's a number of other professionals that have to be considered. Sometimes they're often travelling from away and so on. So it might just be that you'll be given an appointment that is the only time. And that happened to us when Rhiannon was transitioning to school. My partner was actually working that day. So I actually had some information and I gave it to a friend who was going to come and support me instead, and gave her some information to read. It was around the idea of questioning, I guess, the validity of IQ testing and seeing how applying someone with an IQ deficit-based, I guess, picture limits that person's possibilities. And so we were aiming more for a functional assessment. So my friend read that information. It made it quite clear to her what we were hoping to achieve. And then she came along and supported me with that meeting. Most meetings are usually pretty straightforward, I guess. There's not too much complexity with them. But at certain transition times, such as when Rhiannon was going to start school, there is a lot more thought that needs to be given to that process. And I find Family Advocacy is really great at contacting them sometimes and getting information to read or brainstorming, where you're headed and what the picture, that you're trying to frame really looks like.